Hello, everyone. Welcome into Yelling from the Couch. I'm Brent Humphreys, joined by my co-host Gage Berdovich and Gordon Nostradamus. This week, fellas, how we doing? This is did I say Yelling from the Couch? I don't know, maybe whatever. Anyways, how we doing, guys?
Oh man, well, my stomach hurts from laughing so much, but otherwise we're doing pretty pretty good. DC sucks, and my picks this week weren't that good, but it is what it is.
Nostradamus, how you doing over there? Nostradamus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. No, it's doing pretty good. I did pretty good last week. Okay, one set of my picks were good. One of them we won't find out till sometime in August or next February or some shit like that. I'm not sure, but whenever they
Yeah.
decide to make up that game, because boy did we get a lot of rain.
Yeah. I think it finally stopped raining today. Finally, after a week's worth of just rain and rain and rain. And
Yeah,
when you thought it was done, it rained again.
yeah. They said, "Oh wait, there's more."
Yeah, so last week, Gordon, you were talking about your picks. We'll tally it up. We'll wait till August 17th that week when they make up the date against the Cardinals, and we'll see if you got that series right or not. So we really can't go by that one yet. But your UFL picks this past week were on point. Last week, Gage went 2-2. Gordon went 4-0. I went 2-2. I'm Mike Tomlin. Once again, I'm back on the Mike Tomlin. I improved from last week. Gage is still 20-8 overall. Gordon is 18-10 and creeping up. And I'm 13-15, just hanging out in the rear. Maybe I should cut that. Anyways, guys, what did you think about this past week's the games there?
Uh,
Go ahead,
I,
Gage.
I'm happy that I got two of the games right. Also, these are week 9 picks, so that's fun. The-
Yeah, swear to
yeah,
God.
we got to fire that graphic guy. We got to get someone new.
Swear he's horrible. He's horrible.
But DC sucks. Okay, sorry. Spencer Sanders sucks. We have a quarterback whose name is
Jason.
Jason B. Yeah, might be a little familiar with it, and we're just not going to play him. The other games really good. Columbus and Birmingham, really good game. Dallas and Louisville, a really good game, and the Battlehawks and the Gamblers, still a pretty good game. All in all, I think it was a good week of games. Bad week of picks. It is what it is. We try to get back onto the winning side of things this week.
So the Defenders actually clinched a playoff spot because the Kings win. Because of the Kings win on Sunday, DC is now in the playoffs along with the Orlando Storm and the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Thank you.
Only one team remaining to be clinched, and maybe it's the Kings. I don't know. We'll see here coming up. But Storm lose one, or the Storm beat DC again. Guys, are we're just not giving credit to the Storm, or is DC just bad without Tamu?
I think they're
Uh,
just bad without the quarterback.
I think it's both. We kind of talked about it last week to where we've been saying, oh, the Storm's really not that good. The Storm's really not that good. The Storm's really not that good. And here they are as the number 1 seed going into the final week of the regular season. And DC is just bad without Tom.
Yeah, and we just keep saying that the Storm's not any good, and they just keep winning, and that's all you. I mean, if you just keep winning, at some point you gotta say, okay, maybe they're better than what we're giving them credit for. Maybe Anthony, what's the guy's name? He's played for the Jets. Anthony Becht. Maybe he's just
Yeah,
a pretty
Anthony
good head
Mack.
coach. Yeah, maybe he's just a pretty good coach. I don't know, because Jack Plummer is going to be your MVP of this league.
Jack
Who would
finds a
have thought
reason to
that?
whack Plummer.
Who would have thought, right? Before the season started, I wouldn't have. But here
Even
he
in the
No,
is.
first couple weeks of the season. I mean, we all thought it was going to be the dude from St. Louis, or is it St. Louis or Dallas?
Say,
Reed. Yeah,
Dallas.
Austin Reed.
Yep. And he just completely fell off.
Yeah.
So
You go and you break the record for most passing yards in a UFL game, and then I don't think he's thrown for 220 yards since.
I don't think he has either. And he's not looked good. And they haven't looked good. They've lost 6 in a row now. They were 3-0. Now they're 3-6, and they're out of the playoffs with the loss last week to the Kings. Before we get to that game, let's talk about Gordon. Congratulations. The Aviators helped my
I
Kings
finally
out.
picked them and they won.
They helped my
Only
Kings out by beating the Stallions.
yeah. And I will tell you what, that was I watched the end of that game, believe that shit or not. I actually had time. And the way that game ended was just that was actually exciting football. Can
Yeah.
I say that about UFL?
Yeah.
I picked
Yeah.
6 to win the game. Holy
That's
shit, really?
yeah.
I thought, damn. That was exciting. I mean, once they tied it up, it's almost like the defense, the light just switch just kicked on. They actually played. And then he got that pick 6, took it back to the house. They had reservations for 6, not 6 people, just 6 points. Anyways,
Hey, what about the first of the game? This is the first I've seen during the game. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. Stallions score a touchdown. They go up 6-0. The extra point gets blocked and returned back for the Aviators, and the score is 6-1. Solo shot by the Aviators to make it 6-1. That was how strange was that to see a 6-1 score in football?
I
well, I
completely.
think UFL is the only place where you're going to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, there is a chance for 1-point safety in the NFL, but a lot would have to go wrong. I didn't think that was the rule in the UFL. So when I saw that, I was like, the 1-point safety, oh my God. And then I just saw it was a blocked point after touchdown that was returned. I was like, okay, that's less exciting, but still cool.
Yeah, it's cool to look up and see, hey, 6-1. Like I said, solo shot by hey, and you changed quarterbacks this past week, Gordon, and got a win over a team that's fighting for a playoff spot.
I know.
Maybe should have
Right?
went. Maybe they should have went with this quarterback change earlier in the season. Might have
Maybe they
been
should have
better off.
started off the season with this quarterback.
Maybe so.
They could have done that. Yeah.
I don't know.
'Cause-
But
well, at least after the first game, they should have known McClendon Blue Donkeys. I mean, he was bad.
he was not good.
I mean, he was bad every week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
week 1. It was week 1 through 8.
Yeah, I mean, so they should have made this change at least by week 3. Should have had him in there switched. Because the
And
first 2 weeks he stunk like rotted garbage on a nice brisk July afternoon. Basically, he stunk real bad. I'm trying to watch my mouth a little bit, although it's me.
well, can we talk about the hottest team in the UFL right now? And that is our Louisville Kings defeating the Renegades last week 37-23. Since they've made the change to Chandler Rogers, 4 of their last 5 have been wins. They're looking pretty good right now. They've got a chance to make the playoffs. It's a win and get in situation thanks to the Aviators' win over the Stallions last week.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Guys, what do we think about the Kings right now? Looking like they may contend in this thing.
They're on fire right now, and I don't like it. I
Is
don't
it
like it at all.
for podcast reasonings?
No, not at all.
I'll tell you
Uh,
what, though, as long as it's the Kings, it's Louisville. But the minute it becomes the Cardinals, it's Loserville again.
yeah, no, we're not supporting any of that stuff on this podcast. It's the
No.
Kings. Yeah,
I said when it's the Cardinals, it's Loserville. When it's
Yeah,
the Kings,
right.
it's Louisville.
It's Louisville. We'll give them the respect they need right there. But 37-23, they beat the Renegades twice this
Beat 'em
season.
down.
Beat them down. This defense has been playing pretty good. The offense, the running, and I hate to say it because, I'm a Benny Snell guy, but since cutting Benny Snell, the running game has improved a lot. Wheeler is looking pretty good back there running for the Kings, and they've got a shot in this playoff. I don't know if they'll win it all, but they've got a chance just as good as any other team in the playoffs. If they can get in, all they got to do is win.
Well, Wheeler looked great, like you said, and James Robinson, too, this past
Yeah.
week looked great. He averaged 4 yards a carry, 22 attempts for 88 yards, and then Ian Wheeler stole his touchdown. But, hey, Yeah, it's still looking very good. 43 attempts for 205 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns this past week.
Was that the James Robinson that used to play for Jacksonville?
Yep,
Yep.
that's the one. That's the same
I
one.
had him on my fantasy team. He scored me a lot of points.
He's getting some yards racked up, as Gage mentioned. It's not just Wheeler, but it's also Robinson. And you didn't have that combination earlier in the season when you had Benny Snell and they didn't have Robinson for a little bit. They didn't use Wheeler a whole lot. I can't remember the other running back that they used.
Was Robinson the one that, like, he signed to the Kings and then
Yeah,
got cut and then re-signed?
yeah,
Okay.
right.
Just wanted to double check that.
They had to give that spot to Benny Snell. No offense, but Benny Snell is past his time, as we saw early in this season for the UFL.
Hey, hey, hey.
I hate to say it too. Look, I'm a Benny Snell guy, but I hate to say it.
The Benny Snell disrespect will not be tolerated.
I agree. I shouldn't be talking about my own guy right there either, but hey, it is what it is. And then the final game of the weekend, the Battle Hawks defeat the Gamblers 21-15. I think I went Gamblers on this one. I took a gamble and lost, but whatever. Hunter Deckers, the lefty out here slinging it around, you know, whatever.
Ne
Battle
Neither
Hawks are in the
quarterback
playoffs.
did good.
No, Perez or Deckers.
No, or, I mean, the leading passer for Houston was Plumlee. He had
Oh yeah,
131 yards.
right. He come in, I guess, after I guess they saw Deckers wasn't doing a whole lot, so they subbed in Plumlee. Gamblers are out. They're not going to make the playoffs. Battlehawks are in with the win there. Not the best game of the weekend, I didn't think.
No, at least it was still close, though.
Close, competitive. Gamblers had a shot to win it, but the Battlehawks pulled away. So that is week 9. That is week 9 right there. We'll get that right there. Now we're going to go to week 10, and let's talk about the first game. Let's do our picks here, guys. Friday, the Renegades travel to St. Louis to face the Battlehawks at 8 o'clock on Fox. St. Louis is a 3.5-point favorite. The Renegades are already eliminated from playoffs. The Battlehawks are already in. Gage, what do you think here?
Oh, man. Battlehawks, like you said, they have a lot to play for. The Renegades, they're just here to have fun. They're here to show off and maybe get an NFL training camp invite or something like that. Austin Reed versus his previous backup, Luis Perez. It's gonna be an interesting one to watch. And I know Perez has not done great this year in the starting role. Didn't do horrible last week. 232, a pick, a touchdown. But Austin Reed, like we mentioned, has just fallen off hard. You look at the numbers, Reed has 1,677 passing yards, and Perez only has 726. But it's because Perez didn't start most of the season. And I think he's going to come out and he's going to make Dallas regret trading him. So we're going to go with the Battlehawks in this one, and they cover that 3.5.
Gordon, what do you think?
This is actually trickier than what you might think. Like you mentioned, I mean, Battlehawks, I mean, they're in the playoffs and they're not getting a top seed. So,
No.
I mean, there'd have to be a king size disaster and I don't know what else for that to happen. But so they don't have nothing to play for. So Battlehawks might not actually be playing all their main guys for the whole game. Renegades are just out there to put stuff on tape. Maybe an NFL team will sign them, so they got to play hard regardless. They got nothing to play for after the season's over with unless they get signed. I think I am going to try to Tomlin it this year. I don't want to be 4-0 2 weeks in a row. Then people will be knocking the tee off of not Strodamus and calling me no. I'm going to pick an upset.
Already.
The Renegades go into St. Louis, have absolutely nothing to play for, and are trying to put some good film on tape for NFL scouts. Renegades upset the Battlehawks.
Ooh, we got an upset
Wow.
early on.
Woo!
So the Renegades on the road here, they lost 6 in a row. Looked like they were going to be, in the United Bowl just lock them in early in the season after 3 weeks. And then Rick Neuheisel out here just yelling, screaming last week at his quarterback, Austin Reed. He's like, hey, you can't make that throw. I love seeing that during the Kings game, him just over there. Because I was like, man, Rick Neuheisel probably needs to get a job somewhere else, early in the season because, man, he's really good. And it turns out, maybe not so much. The Battlehawks, they're already in the playoffs. They got nothing to play for. They're 3.5-point favorites here at home, but I think that they're still going to attempt to play pretty well. I've got the Battlehawks winning this game here against the Renegades, but give me a Renegades cover and let's keep this really sneakily close here. Like you said, maybe put some stuff on film here. What's the big tall receiver for the Renegades that is like a beast? Or maybe he's the Battlehawks.
Hakeem Butler is out there.
Hakeem Butler, yeah. 6'5" dude. I mean, that guy's got to find a spot in the NFL somewhere, right? I mean, I know he can't run a route, but neither can DK Metcalf.
Whoa.
He can run a route. He can run a go route.
Okay. Yeah, true. Fair enough.
And Joe Burrow can't stay healthy, so I don't know what the issue is.
He can run a shadow post on the goal line. He's 6'5". He could, he could stand there and hold his arm up and be higher up than most people could jump.
That's what I'm saying. Hakeem Butler. I mean, somebody's got to give him a shot, right? I mean, the size he is, and I mean, he's pretty awesome out there. I've seen from the UFL.
The Steelers had him for a little bit. I forget I think it was 2 off seasons ago, and then they cut him because, well, it's Hakeem Butler.
Right. Well, maybe he'll hop on somewhere. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the next game we've got here, and this has got a little playoff implications here. Saturday, the Houston Gamblers travel to Birmingham to face the Birmingham Stallions at 3:00 on ESPN2. Birmingham is a 3.5-point favorite at home. The Gamblers are eliminated. The Stallions need to win to keep hope alive. Gordon, who you got in this one?
Okay, this one here, Birmingham still has some hope, but they're not. Of course, they're not locked in. They have to win. Have to. So yes, all the pressure is on them. Houston doesn't have a damn thing on them. But give me a Stallions win and a cover.
All right, Stallions win and cover. Gage, what do you think?
Oh, man. I know I said last week he can never go against our guy, Hunter Deckers. And then I went against them, and they looked horrible. So I guess I was glad that I went against them. Let's get this Hunter Deckers train back on track a little bit. Let's take our upset pick of the week and go with the Houston Gamblers. And obviously, they cover the 3.5 since they're the underdogs.
So the Gamblers here, Jesse James. So the Gamblers here, they're got nothing to play for. But like you said, maybe put some stuff on tape. Maybe Hunter Deckers goes back to the Saints for training camp, and we talk about him in our preview once again, just like last year. Maybe, maybe not. The Stallions, they have to win. They have to win to get in. I think that they're going to I think the Stallions win here just to keep suspense going for Sunday. Everything leads to the Sunday night game, and then we figure out who the final team is. Give me the Stallions in this one, and I think that the Stallions will actually cover on this one here. I think the Stallions win, they cover. Gage, what are you celebrating over there? The Pirates?
Yeah, they just called up Tyler Callahan today, the former Red player.
Red, yeah.
And he was about 5 feet away from a 2-run shot, and instead it turned into an RBI double.
Did we give up? Who did we give up for him? Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me it's who I think it is.
Was it Kebron?
I don't know. I know wasn't it like Taylor Rogers and was it Kebron?
Oh, it was Kyle Nicholas.
Great, even better. That's a great trade. Let's go to Sunday. Let's go to Sunday here. The Orlando Storm travel to DC to face the DC Defenders at 12:00 on ABC.
Didn't they just play?
Is a 1.5-point favorite. They did. They played in Orlando last week. Gordon, who you got here?
I really like the Defenders, except they haven't been playing very well the past few weeks, but they did lose their quarterback. and I hate to say it, but I don't even like the Storm. I don't like them. But without DC's quarterback and the one they gotten back up, evidently is throws like me, and that's an embarrassment. Obviously. Give me the Storm and a cover on the road. And I hate saying that. God, I hate saying that. I do not like the Storm.
I'm with you, Gordon. Our teams are expansion teams: the Aviators, the Kings, and the Storm. And the Storm by far are surpassing all expectations for whatever reason. I still don't think they're really that great. But the Defenders, they're missing their quarterback. The beer snakes will be flowing Saturday for sure up there, because it's always is in DC. Both these teams are already locked into the playoffs. The Storm have already locked down the number 1 seed. So I think that the Defenders actually pull off the home upset here over the Storm. And yeah, they cover, of course, because they're the home dogs.
Billy Gunn.
Gage, what do you think about your Defenders this week?
Well, Brent, I'm really glad that you have a lot of faith in the Defenders this week to pull off the upset. Because, like you said, both of these teams are locked into a playoff spot, and it's the top 4 teams that make it into the playoffs. So, being the number 1 seed, it gets you home field advantage, but it doesn't get you a first round bye. It doesn't get you anything else. Man, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna do what I did for every Steeler game this season. Gonna go against my team. I'm gonna take the Storm. They beat them pretty bad last week, and they cover the 1.5.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that leaves us to 1 game left. And on this podcast, the Defenders have faced the Aviators. The Defenders have faced the Kings. The Kings have faced the Defenders. The Aviators have faced this. Well, I've already said that, right? But the Kings have not faced the Aviators yet this season until now. Sunday. The Kings travel to Columbus to face the Aviators. 6 o'clock on Fox. Louisville is a 2.5 point favorite on the road. Louisville wins. They're in. No matter what happens in the Birmingham game, all Louisville has to do is win. Gage, what do you think here for this game right here? Huge matchup.
Wouldn't this just be something if Columbus played spoilers? Oh man. Helped out the Kings a little bit last week, which was cool.
Mhm.
But what if just everything falls apart this week? And Columbus, for the first time this season, I believe, wins back-to-back games. That would be storybook, because you know we would come on here next week and the Aviators fan would just crash on the Kings fan on this podcast, and rightfully so. But I don't think that's going to happen. Give me the Louisville Kings in this one. They cover the 2.5, and they lock up the playoff spot.
Jordan, who we got here?
Oh, that's right. It's our team, so
Either way, one of us has got to go last.
okay. I know who you're picking. So just not to pull a Danhausen on any team on your
let's
team.
Whoa. Let's not bring that up right now. No, cursing
because
now. Whoa.
if we all pick the same team, it's kind of what that is. It's a curse.
The game
I
day
did last
graphic
week.
on
I did
ESPN.
last week just so we all wouldn't pick the same every time. So far we haven't. Well, I think we haven't all agreed on any game yet, have we, or did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Keep that up. Just for the sake of us not agreeing on a game, I will take the Aviators and because in my mind, they're the home dog, Billy Guns. Because it is what it is. Okay, go ahead.
Listen here, baby. So this Sunday in Louisville, Kentucky, the Louisville Kings aren't playing there. They're going to Columbus, Daddy, and they're playing the Aviators. And the Kings are going to take off the last playoff spot in the UFL, Daddy, and give me a cover with that, because Chandler Rogers is going to have a game for the century. Yeah, give me the Kings in that one. Woo!
I didn't know you got Dusty to come on the show.
Yeah, from beyond from the other side, Dusty Rhodes comes on here. picks the Kings. I've got the Kings here. I think the Kings win this because they they have to win. It means it's going to be more to them this week. You know, they start out 0-3, and for them to maybe possibly get in to the playoffs, anything can happen once you get in the playoffs because nobody scares me of the 4 teams that would be in the playoffs, really. There's not a team where you look at it and you're like, "Hey, this team is a whole lot better than another team." They played
Well,
the
there was
Storm
one team that was
twice.
a whole lot better until they lost their quarterback.
There was, but he's no longer there right now, and the Kings
No.
have beat them twice. The Storm has beat the Kings twice, but the Kings played them close, and the Battlehawks and the Kings, I mean, that was 16-3. That's the only loss they've had in the last 5 games. But I think the Kings kind of rally here, and they sneak into the playoffs on the last game of the UFL season, guys. That's what I'm thinking. And with that, let's go to a little bit of news here. Gordon, I'm sorry to bring it up, but
I seen it.
a running back, Josh Jacobs, arrested. He's released now from jail. They've released him Wednesday. Several domestic violence charges. What
Yeah,
effect do you think
battery
this?
charges.
What effect do you think this is going to have for him in the upcoming season?
I mean, if I was in charge, you get arrested for assault, and especially domestic. I'd say, you want to act like a baby, I'll treat you like one. You can sit your ass at home for the whole season. You don't need that on your team.
Yeah.
Only thing I feel bad about is that they let Emmanuel Wilson go, and he was the second best running back on the roster. Now, I don't know. Chris Brooks may be better than what I think, but he never really ever played. Emmanuel Wilson, at least I know he could break one. Because if he broke loose, he could scamper down the field. He did it against Cincinnati in the preseason game, busted one for 80 yards, and nobody could catch him. Now, Chris Brooks, I think he's more of an in-between power runner than he is bounce outside and just turn on the jets and bye-bye, see you later. That's not him. But no, I don't like it. I don't like it when players get, arrested for stuff like that. I've had my fair. I haven't had a DOI, but I know a bunch of people who've had DOI. I thought they were decent people when they wasn't drinking. I know what they're trying, but hit a woman or a kid, nah, piss on you. No, you don't even need to be in the NFL. You don't need to be making that kind of money if you're going to abuse it and be smacking around on people who really can't smack back. Tell you what, go date Ronda Rousey and smack her and see how fast you see how well your arm works after that.
Armbar. Yeah, this is kind of a not a good situation here in this arrest right here. Anytime you've got domestic violence, it's no good. It's no count. I guess, allegedly, we'll throw out allegedly here, because
Yes.
whatever. But yeah, I don't see how you play him if this charge holds up. I just don't see how it is. We talked about last week, Kaiser at with his alleged assault charge or whatever that he had.
Mhm.
Turns out that one right there may not be, domestic. There's different stories going around about that here, but this one here seems kind of like, something totally different. But I just don't see how you play the guy, and it's just unfortunate situation to even bring up here. But it's the news. We got to talk about it. Gage, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't want to say I wish this happened at a different time, but if it was going to happen, for the Packers' sake, you almost wish that it happened before the NFL draft so you could go and draft a running back with a top pick. Because, like you said, they got rid of Emmanuel Wilson. He went to Seattle. All you got is Chris Brooks and probably some other no names.
And Marshawn Lloyd that can never stay healthy.
Yeah, Marshawn Lloyd.
Maybe just go sign, I don't know, Frank Gore out of retirement at this point.
Hey, what, Barry Sanders is still alive?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
I
I bet he could give you a few
I
yards.
know he's older than me, so
I would love for the former Pitt running back, Abanikanda, to be given a shot. So maybe this is where he gets a shot.
yeah. I mean, well, look at it. Green Bay's kind of desperate, and I'll be the first one to say if it turns out and comes off, it's proven they didn't do it. I'll be the first one to apologize and say let him play.
Hey,
But
James Robinson is out there. He's looking for a team after the UFL season.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but there's a different grade of talent between the UFL and the NFL.
Hey, he's played in the NFL though.
Yeah,
So
but he got released for a reason because
you're,
he
look,
lost about a step and a half.
you're looking for warm bodies though.
You know someone who's looking for a team? Benny Snell.
It's even better. Benny Snell back in Green Bay.
He can bring the windmilled mouthpiece.
Yes, that's his best trait that he's had.
Yeah.
All right, so that's enough of that one there.
Turn Bo Melton into a running back.
There you go. Why not? He plays every other position on the field.
No, they pretty much said you're not going to be a cornerback.
Put him at running back then. All right. As you can see, Gage's background here, Mr. Abner Uribe, the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's get to a different team in Milwaukee here. We were talking about or Wisconsin. We were talking about the Packers. Now let's talk about the Brewers here. The other day, Milwaukee, they were up 6-0 in the 8th inning. Uribe comes in and he strikes out. Do you remember who he struck out, Gage? I can't remember.
I do not. I can tell you here in just a second. It was a triple chop, apparently. That's right. It was 3. Uh-huh.
What? After he strikes him out,
Alec
looks-
Burleson.
Alec Burleson. He gets done striking him out, does a little pump, yeah, and then looks over at the Cardinals dugout. DX chop 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. It's like Shawn Michaels back in 97 out here.
He basically told him, suck it.
Yeah, he sure did. And then people are upset about this for whatever reason. What do you think about it, Gage? What are your thoughts on the DX chop? Is it a good place for it to be in baseball? His manager, Pat Murphy, is like, I think I may suspend him. I hate that he done that. It's disrespecting the game.
Frankly, I don't care. I think it's hilarious. I know that pitch that he struck out Burleson on was challenged. And in the middle of,
Yes, it
Uribe
was.
chopping the crotch, you hear the pitcher's challenging the batter's challenging the call was ruled a strike. And Uribe is so lucky that it was not turned over. Could you imagine that? You give the triple chop to the Cardinals dugout, and then it's ruled a ball, and then next pitch Burleson launches a home run. That would have been perfect.
That would have been that would have been the perfect ending right there to that. But he got lucky there that it
Yeah.
ends in just DX chops. Gordon,
And-
what do you think about it? Gage, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, should Pat Murphy suspend him? Maybe, because it definitely was maybe out of line a little bit, but suck it. I don't know.
Nah,
You
don't
think,
suspend him. I'm all for taunting. I wish there was more of it in sports. It makes it more interesting. It fires up the other team, makes it more competitive. Me and Brent talked about this when we worked together. I'm all for taunting, rubbing it in, running the score up. What they say in football: if you don't want them to score, stop them.
Yeah.
You don't want to be embarrassed at the plate. Don't strike out.
Mhm.
Don't sit there and watch the pitch go past you when you know you can hit it.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly. He didn't hit him in the head. He wasn't throwing at any player on the Cardinals. You have a problem with him DX chopping out there like the road dog back in 98? Hit the ball next time. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll give you fuel next time to do that. Then you could flip your bat all the way up into the 10th row in the stands. Who cares? Pat Murphy. Like, calm down, guy. Like, who cares at this point in time? Be glad that your pitcher struck out the other team. I'd be like, that's my guy. I'm taking up for my guy right here. I've got his back. He didn't, it wasn't like he, pulled his pants down and mooned the team or whatever.
I wouldn't mind that either. I don't want to see it, but
Well, didn't Randy Moss do that fake move to the Packers at one time?
yeah. Hey, and you know what I said?
Just
Yeah, hopefully pisses them off, and they don't let him score no more. And that's a taller task than Randy Moss because it's hard to do. But anyway,
exactly. What like baseball? Like, get over yourself. The purists and everything. Baseball should be fun. Make it fun. This is fun right here. The other day, I saw Wilson Contreras get hit in the elbow by Chris Sale, and he said, "I love that." Ran down to first base, and Matt Olson's like, "Man, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm not starting anything." He said, "I'm just having fun."
yeah,
And it's like, if you get hit in the elbow, you should be able to say whatever you want to the pitcher at that point in time. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh
they
yeah.
can't
Well, I said,
taking
all
yourself so seriously, baseball.
now throwing baseballs at players, I'm not all for
That's
that.
different.
But the taunting, bat flips,
Yes,
when they
I
get
love a
home
good
run, they
bat
sit there
flip.
and stare at it, or they turn around, look at the bench, like see that, and walk and just walk around the bases. Don't try. Take a slow ass stroll around the bases. I'm
Who
all
bat
for that.
who bat flipped the other day on the foul ball for the Orioles? Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No.
Now
He
bat flipping
bat
on foul balls, that's pushing it a little bit. A home run
well,
or something like that is one thing, but
I mean, it's funny because I like that too because he come up like right after that struck out. It's like, okay, you had that coming. You can't be mad now because you bat flipped.
Kobe
yeah.
Mayo.
Kobe Mayo. That's it. Yeah, Orioles.
Oh
He ended
yeah.
up hitting a home run the next day, but still, I like the bat. Like Jose Batista when he hit that home run against the Rangers in the playoffs a few years back, and the bat flip he
Ooh.
had, and the
Oh
whole
God.
crowd was going crazy. How awesome was that? That's
Yep.
fun.
And
That's the
oh
fun part of baseball.
yeah, and if the other team don't like it, strike his ass
Stop
out.
them. Exactly. But hey, that was. I thought that was perfectly fine in my book.
Or they could have just intentionally walked him and made the next person beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ways around that.
And hey,
He won't be bat flipping on a walk.
Abner Uribe is not the first person to get in trouble for a DX chop. That's all I'm saying. I mean, there's plenty of other
Yeah.
people that may have got in trouble for a DX chop once or twice. But hey, whatever. A little more MLB news. The MLB owners propose a salary cap,
And it's about goddamn time.
and they also propose a floor.
Mhm.
171 million for the floor, the cap. I can't remember what the cap top was. Guys, I think before I even asked this, I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement on this. What do y'all think about the salary cap? Do we like the idea of a salary cap for Major League Baseball? The first
Well, I've
time
already
since
said my opinion
1994
of it.
strike.
I already said mine. It's about time.
Yeah.
I mean, their salary cap is there's one player on the Dodgers that makes more than that a season.
And it
You got to
says
make all teams.
under the proposal, each team would need to maintain a payroll of at least 171.2 million without exceeding 245.3 million starting in 27. I love it. But I brought this up before. What do you do, say you're the Dodgers? How do they deal with the contracts that they got? You got Otani who's taken up God only knows how much that salary cap. They've signed every free agent, it feels like,
Yeah.
in the past 3 off seasons to $20 million a year just because they can.
Mhm.
So is there gonna be some sort of workaround? Are they going to be like, no, the players have to restructure their contracts or else the player can't play and they can't get the money? There's got to be something to go along with that.
I'd say once they start it in 2027 is when it's proposed to start. No matter what you've got there, you've got to fit into that salary cap. If you
Yeah,
can't afford the players at that point in time, you've got to get rid of them or something. But that's when it starts. No matter what you had on your payroll before, you have to get under the salary cap. You have to be
Yeah.
within that salary cap. Don't care if Otani's making however much he is. If you can't afford him at that point in time because of the salary cap, you got to get rid of him, or you got to get rid of everybody else so you can afford the one player out there, and then you're playing with a bunch
yeah,
of single A players with the rest of them. I mean, hey, that's the risk you took when you went with it before because there's always the chance that somebody implements a salary cap, and this is a long time coming. Since 1994, they were talking about this is the first proposal since 1994 strike That is
Yeah.
way too long to go without a salary cap in a professional league. The NFL has it, the NBA has it, the NHL has it. Every major league has a salary cap for a reason. And that's so the player you don't buy up all the players and you win a World Series every year or you're in the playoffs and these small market teams like we all have right here. Me and you, Gage, and Gordon, Reds and the Pirates, small market teams, we never have a chance because we can't afford to spend the money that the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Cubs spend year after year after year. And with this salary cap, that will give us a chance to maybe compete, and you'll get some fresh blood in there every once in a while to win a World Series now and to make the playoffs. And you're not the Dodgers every time in the playoffs or the Cubs or the Yankees or the Red Sox.
And even at Major League Soccer, the MLS, they have a salary cap. So why can't we? Why is the MLB the only thing that doesn't have one? Why are they just like, no, we don't need to have one?
Because the players don't want it.
The players make as much money as they want now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. But it's just not the competitive balance just isn't there without a salary cap, especially in these huge market teams like this. So this is a long time coming. I hope this gets pushed through. I hope they get it implemented in before the 2027 season and then let the chips fall.
I mean, if they make the Dodgers just pay out the contracts and then restructure
Start
and
over.
move,
Yeah,
Yep.
that wowould be. And then I don't know. We'll see
a lot
how
of
it
them
works
owners
out.
would be damn near bankrupt.
You would think. Now, here's another subject for baseball here. Innings count. Now, I'm bringing up the innings count. Are we for or against an innings count? Because our guy, Gordon, Chase Burns, is probably on an innings restriction. Now, he is the ace of the staff right now. If you stopped right now, he may be a Cy Young Award winner for the season. He's been that good all season long. Last year, he was on an innings count. This year is his first full season. He's on an innings count, maybe 150 innings is what they're talking about. Are you all for or against innings count? Because Gage, you had the same issue here with Skeens, I believe, a couple of years back. Do you all like that Chase Burns may be on an innings count? Did you like it when Skeens was on an innings count? What are y'all's thoughts on this?
I'm for it in a sense of it's the person's first year, or they're coming back from Tommy John. Maybe they had some sort of injury. Then yeah, I don't think it. Say Paul Skeens, knock on wood, God forbid, please don't let it happen. But goes down this season with some sort of arm injury, and then he gets the surgery, gets the rehab going, and just say everything progresses well, and he gets to start 2 months into the season next year. It wouldn't happen, but just saying, I would want the Pirates to limit him to 120 innings or whatever they come up a conclusion with. I wouldn't want them to be like, "Ah, you're fine, 200 innings, here you go, right after you get the surgery done."
Yeah.
I would not want that. Now, there are guys like Mitch Keller on the Pirates pitching staff who Keller's in his 30s, I think he is. As far as I know, he's never had a real major surgery on his arm. And the Pirates are still just like, 170 is fine. So you got to kind of balance where you give inning counts and where you don't. But I also like the thought of every starting pitcher throwing 220 innings too. So I'm for it if there's a valid reason behind it.
Gordon, are you for or against an innings count?
I'm actually against an innings count for him particularly. Like Gage said, if you're coming back from injury, it's different, yeah. But I don't even think it should be so many innings. I think it should be so many innings per outing, and that's it. And you should be on a 4 or 5 day rotation just to get your arm back into strength. But for Chase Burns, if you want to limit him, don't limit him on innings. Limit him on how many pitches he can throw a game. I think
Yeah.
me and you talked about before Gage come on, off air. I'm thinking if you want him every third day, it should be between 80, 85 pitches. Once it gets around that, he gets yanked. If it's in the second inning, well, you probably should have pulled him already anyways, because that's not a very good start.
Yeah.
But if he can go 7 innings and only throw 80 pitches, leave him if they have an innings. 80
Right.
pitches. But now, if you want to go 90 pitches, I would put him on every fourth day rotation. Give him an arm a little bit. Because, like you said, if we go to salary cap, it's someone that you can keep that you know is good and have him out there. But I'm more for pitch count than innings count. Because innings count, he might be done in July and you be in a pennant race.
Gage,
Yeah.
do you have something to add there?
I agree with that too, because like you could get through an inning in 3 pitches, or you can get through an inning in 30 pitches. Either way you look at it, it's an inning done, but it's 27 extra pitches put onto that guy's arm, and that's going to make a huge difference compared to, oh, he threw 50 innings instead of, 45 or whatever the case may be. To where, oh, well, there's only a 10 pitch difference, or I guess in that case, a 15 number of pitch difference here. You got to look at pitches, the pitch count, but someone's also got to keep track of that. And I guess it's not hard nowadays now that you got like the pitch counter up there and stuff, but it's still, you got to hire someone to be like, all right, this is how many pitches we're going to do. And you don't really know what a pitch limit should be. We always say, inning cap, this person's never gone more than 82 innings in a professional season of baseball. There's no way he's going to get over 100. But if he takes 10% less pitches to get through 82 innings in the season, why would you not let him go all the way?
Right. Yeah. So my thoughts have kind of changed a little bit on this just from when I put this topic up here to today, the news today. Beforehand, I was like, innings count, I'm against it. Forget the
Mhm.
innings count. You want to know why? Because you get these superstar pitchers. You're not going to have them for years down the line. They're going to go sign with these big market teams. And then the salary cap news come out, and my thoughts kind of change a little bit. Now I'm kind of for like the pitch count, like you all were talking about, the pitch count, not the innings, but maybe the pitch count. Kind of for that now because at this point in time, you put a salary cap in, Pittsburgh could be able to keep a Paul Skeens at this point with a salary cap. The
Mhm.
Reds could keep a Chase Burns, a Hunter Green, somebody like that down the line. Once you get rid of that salary cap and there's no salary cap, then, we're small market teams, wear their arm out as long as as quick as you can if that's the case. But if the salary cap's in play, then yes, I am for the pitching count at that point in time. Like I'm with you all. Maybe not so much an innings count, but yeah, I do like the idea of a pitch count for the player there. But yeah, so I just like I said, thoughts have changed a little bit with the news today. Cubs up 5-2 now, Gage.
Hey, shut up.
All right, so
You watch your filthy mouth.
speaking of the Pirates, this weekend they face the Twins. The Twins come into town to face the Pirates for a 3-game set. The Pirates, they fell last night to the Cubs. The Cubs had lost 10 in a row before winning last night. Pirates are down right now 5-2. What do you think about this weekend series, Gage, against the Twins?
Not only is it just, a Twins at Pittsburgh series, tomorrow the Pirates announced the season debut of starting pitcher Jared Jones after he, underwent arm surgery. He's done a little rehab assignment, 24 strikeouts in 18 and 2/3 innings. He's had like a 2.8 ERA during rehab, and I'm so excited to have him back. Carmen Mlodzinski goes to the bullpen, and they're facing Taj Bradley tomorrow. Taj has actually done really good this season. 5-1 record, a 2.77 ERA, 59 strikeouts, and a much better look from when he was down. I believe he was in Tampa Bay before this. I'm excited for that game. Should be very good. Saturday, Mitch Keller, Bailey Ober for their respective teams. And then Sunday, Zebby Matthews against the very underrated Braxton Ashcraft. I feel very positive about this series, which I don't like, but I'm willing to say that the Pirates take 2 of 3 from Minnesota this weekend and get into the 30-win plateau.
There we go. So a little bit more news here from last weekend. Johnny Manziel makes his MMA debut and he knocks out Bob Menery. Where did this come from last week? What was this?
And so something I just had to put on the banner real quick because did you watch the fight?
I saw the clip where Bob Menery's down on the ground said Manziel wins his MMA debut against Bob Menery, and I'm like, the dude that does the announces on the YouTube videos and stuff? Like, yeah,
Funny
that's that
guy.
guy. Yeah, that guy. Manziel
It
knocks him out.
it honestly it comedic, but a disgrace at the same time to MMA because it was just so bad. You could tell Mannery especially did not really do any training, and Manziel maybe trained for a week, if that.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Was it? Who else? There was somebody else that was in there. Like Ray J got knocked out by somebody, and
No
there
idea.
was
This was the headline of the weekend, though.
Johnny Manziel.
I
Yeah.
proposed a match. Johnny Manziel versus Ronda Rousey.
Oh man, hey,
Stipulation: Ronda Rousey has one arm tied behind her back.
I'd still give her the advantage.
I still
I
give
still
her
would
fucking
too.
edge.
Still would too, but it might be longer than a 17-second match.
Yeah, they might get it into the second round,
Yeah.
unlike her previous match on Netflix last week. We didn't talk about that either, but so
There wasn't much
guys,
to talk about.
no, there wasn't much to talk about.
I didn't get to see it.
You didn't. I mean, it's still on there. You could watch it if you'd want, but yeah, it is what it is.
You're missing something very important.
What is that?
Gordo didn't give his picks.
We talked about this pre-show. We wasn't going to pick it here. We don't feel good about this because Chris Paddock is pitching tomorrow night for the Reds. You know who got DFA'd by the Rays. Then you've got Brady Singer going Saturday. You got Nick Lodolo going against Spencer Strider on Sunday. Did you notice what pitcher I didn't mention pitching for the Reds this weekend, Gage?
No, tell me who.
Yeah, Chase Burns is not pitching, so I don't feel good about this one bit. Any of these.
Why
I
is Chase pitching?
actually told Brent, I said, pick this. I said, because you're not going to like my prediction.
He's on a pitch count. He can't pitch this weekend.
Well, that's my bad. You guys talked about it before I'm here, and now I bring it up, so now it has to be done.
Well, all right. I'm gonna say the Reds win the Chris Paddock game tomorrow, and it gets my hopes up, and they lose the next two.
My pick is they might win one. I think
just
the
want
more
it-
likely thing is the Braves sweep them.
I just
Right.
want it to
I
be
don't
known.
like saying that.
I'm looking at the probable pitchers for this weekend. The ERA of the Reds pitchers this weekend sucks. A 6.86, a 6.26, and a 5.57.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a good chance the Braves are going to sweep them.
You
Now,
see
I
why we
think I
don't
know
feel
it.
so good.
Like I said, somebody could go hide their baseball bats in freezers and make them ice cold. But other than that, there's a snowball's got a better chance of rolling through hell.
Yeah, is
Hey,
Drake
Chris-
Baldwin or Matt Olson not playing this weekend, or Ronald Acuna? I mean,
Or all of them. Hey, Ronald Acuna might get hurt. You never know.
He's done it before in Cincinnati. Maybe not.
Yeah,
But
probably.
Hey, we could sub Ronald Acuna Jr. for Ronald McDonald and have him out there with his
Take
with
this
red
weekend.
wig and his big old shoes.
And he still might crush a bomb off of each of the teams.
He may.
Yeah, well,
He may.
and
Hey,
that's the
Gage,
devil.
who is? We didn't do this segment either before we get to it.
From turf to tears, it's Injury Fears. Who's sidelined this week in Gage's fantasy sphere?
Looking at my first league here, I got 1, 2, 3 players on the IL, 1 day-to-day. The day-to-day Phillies outfielder Brandon Marsh, who's been having himself a pretty good season, batting .326, 5 homers, 4 stolen bases, 24 ribbies, and .356 on-base percentage. And then on the IL, we got the Twins catcher Ryan Jeffers, who also has had himself a very good season. .295 average, 7 bombs, 4 of 8 on base percentage. And into the pitching side, Carlos Estevez, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know why I still have this guy. He has pitched a third of an inning this season and has a 1.62 ERA. I don't know if I'm just like counting on something good to come out of it, but notification he resumed throwing today. Considering he's been, let's see, a right rotator cuff strain back on May 6th, and subsequently was shut down from throwing from his previous injury, from I believe it was opening day, and then a new one, Milwaukee Brewers pitcher Logan Henderson, 15-day IL with a back strain. Now, they said that he had the back strain on Friday, I believe was when he pitched, and he went 5 innings, got to win 7 punch-outs in 5 scoreless innings against the Dodgers. Seems like he could pitch pretty well even with the back strain. And then going to my other team, my starting third baseman is day-to-day because I don't have any other people for third base, and that is the Diamondbacks and Nolan Arenado, who's been pretty decent this season. 7 bombs at 271 average.
It's funny. I did not know Nolan Arenado was a Diamondback until right now.
Neither did I until I went and looked at free agents in the fantasy league.
Wow. It's crazy.
We also got Brandon Marsh in this one as well, day to day. And in Colorado Rockies outfielder, I don't remember if he was on here last time we did this, but Mickey Moniak out with an ankle injury, the 10-day IL, batting .280 this season, already 12 home runs, 28 ribbies. Kind of sucks to see that one because that one hurts. And then Hunter Brown is still on the IL. Says he will make another rehab start down at AAA. I don't know how he did in his previous one, but it seems pretty positive. That's what we're hoping for. We got some good players going tonight. In my one league, pitching wise, 8 1/3 innings, got to win 11 Ks, a 3.24 ERA, and a 1.32 WHIP. Between Chris Sale and Spencer, don't know how to pronounce the last name, the pitcher for Houston.
Sanders.
No, please, God, no. God, I don't want him on any fantasy team. And then my other league,
Sanders. Spencer Sanders.
Shadur Sanders.
Above average Mike Sanders. Got it in this week. We missed it last week.
I know. Wasn't that a shame?
I knew you were going to find some way to sneak that in.
But of course.
And look,
And then I do want to say for the White Sox, the Japanese guy, Murakami, he has been incredible to have in fantasy. Even though he's striking out at a 33% rate, the dude still has 20 home runs and is batting .240. I'll take that.
It's bombs is what he does.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So it's either out or strike out.
That's
Adam Dunn right there.
Yeah, it's the Adam Dunn strategy right there.
Or ball out.
If these guys right here would have went to w.gg and used the promo code Yellen, they would have saved themselves 10% at checkout.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably might not be injured on Gage's fantasy team because they would have that energy to go out. And I don't know if it would help with injuries or not. So this isn't an endorsement on helping out with injuries, but it would have given them energy to go even further out there.
To give them the energy to rehab better.
That's right.
Carlos Estevez, you need to try yourself some of this.
Yeah. What have you got right there? Cherry limeade?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff right there. So
New favorite player.
Use the promo code Yellen and BWB better. So guys, that is all the topics I've got. Do you all have anything you want to bring up here at the end of this here show?
I don't think so. I think we did everything.
I am waiting for Clash in Italy.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be
Sunday afternoon.
What I want to see will not happen, but you know.
It's Sunday at 2 p.m. Oh, did you guys see, real quick,
It's Sunday at 2 p.m., by the way. Anyways.
Jerry Lawler's Corvette is for sale?
Yeah, $32,000 if you've got it. Just maybe that's why you go and make a little extra cash to go get the Corvette.
It's going to take me quite a while to accumulate $32,000, but only 21,000 miles on it. An original V8, and he's kept it very clean. I mean, I know 32,000 is nothing to sneeze at, but that would be worth it.
Yeah, I would say so. And to say, hey, I've got a car owned by Jerry the King Lawler. Like, come on.
And
Yes.
and in like 5 years, people will be like, "Who's that?"
Probably. And be like, oh, come on.
Did you guys see about the Fernando Tatis lawsuit that
Yeah.
he was in?
Yeah.
That I mean, no wonder why Tatis has done awful this season because he's been stuck in this.
And you know who else has signed one of those deals? Ellie De La
The
Cruz.
Cruz.
And he hasn't sued yet, so
Well, no, but he hasn't signed a deal yet, has he?
I believe so.
Did he? I don't remember.
I believe he did. But Tatis, I think he lost his suit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's the first time that Big League Advanced had been sued, so that's going to set major precedent. If
10%,
anyone,
right?
yeah,
10% of his career earnings.
and he owes them 34 million plus paying for all their legal fees.
Oh man, that turned out to be a big deal for them, at least.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane that he actually owes them more now
Than
on
what he
top of
did
the legal
before.
fees.
Maybe just not sign it to begin with. I don't know, because his dad played in the major leagues, so he shouldn't be hard up for cash, I wouldn't think, but who
Yeah,
knows?
and you would think his dad would have like looked over a contract or
Right.
anything when he's 18 years old about to sign this. And maybe his dad said, "Great idea." Because in the back of his mind, he's like, "He'll never make it anywhere."
10% of nothing. Whatever.
And who knows? Maybe I don't know if it's as soon as you sign that deal, you have to pay us that 10%. Maybe you could set up a payment plan. But I wonder if it's like you have to pay that up front, but Tatis's contract is backloaded. So maybe he doesn't even have the 34 million to pay him.
He might not, because San Diego was handing out contracts like, hotcakes too a few years back.
Yeah.
So maybe they're deferring like Shohei.
Yeah.
So speaking of
And
Shohei, you think his interpreter's getting 10% of his earnings from having to be in
yeah,
prison for some stuff he did?
his interpreter's getting something. Hey,
I thought gambling was illegal in sports. Anyways, Brendan Sorsby, have you heard that story?
oh my God, yes.
The
I
Tech
know I don't
quarterback.
pay attention to college, but man,
He lost his. Well, I guess he's suing the NCAA, but it clearly states you can't gamble on the teams you play for, and he
yeah.
gambled on the teams he played for. Anyways,
And,
whatever.
and he tried justifying it by being like, "Oh, well, I thought it would light a fire under us to do better."
And then Paul Feinbaum's like, yeah, they need to give him another year of eligibility. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're really not doing anything good here for yourself.
No, I sell tickets. You sold sunglasses. All right, well, that'll do it for us here this week on Yelling from the Couch. And we'll catch you all next week. We'll have the playoffs to talk about, guys, in the UFL. See how it goes.
See ya.